Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to learn the second chapter of civics, our constitution. Constitution means the laws and the rules of the country. How the Indian constitution, which was formed, we'll be seeing in this chapter, and why it is important to have a constitution. In this chapter, we study how Indians were collaborated for independence against British government. They were having a lot of struggles in this independence, and a lot of people who were against the Britishers had put to jail, great freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi and so on. So they also did not live in the jail. They also started fighting from there, and they faced a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties. So many lives were lost, so many were killed. So lot of struggle was happening for the independence of our country. So people fought irrespective of their caste, creed, and culture. So all the people, those who came to fight for the independence of the from the for the Britishers. So one of the most important struggles, for the example, is of Jallianwala Bagh, where the Britishers fired all the Indian people, those who came to fight or uh, protest against or fight for or shout for their freedom. They were severely or mercilessly killed or fired by the British army. Many people died in these incidents. Men and women of all Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, and Christians all were united in these agitations against Britishers. So due to this, the feelings of patriotism rose again. So they didn't stop here. They still went on fighting again and again. They did not care about their lives. So in this way, we got a freedom after a lot of struggles. Formation of the Constituent Assembly. So we have learned that during the British rule, different people of different religions, languages, and province, including males and females, took part in the fight against Britishers. So they wanted India to be a free country. People were also concerned about how government would be established after the British would leave, or after the freedom. If we give freedom, so they were expecting freedom from Britishers, and they also were concerned if we get freedom, so who will rule and what will be the rules and they were concerned about how the government will function. Should we adopt autocracy or should we choose candidates? So the people's main concern was how should we adopt the governmental system. So should we adopt the autocracy or should we choose candidate from the masses to form a government? So autocracy, like one person or one a man who can have the power to control or preside over the government, like prime minister or president. Should women be having given equal rights like has men, or should the followers of all religion have equal rights? So how would all the children get opportunity to be educated? So we all know that in our country the problem of untouchability was there existing, and how should we remove this problem? So a lot of these types of question was arising when they were forming this constituent assembly. So they were first planning how to or how do we form a governmental system which is will be like autocracy, one man or who resides like prime minister or president, or should we appoint like as a group from the governmental official? When the Britishers, if they leave, then we need immediately to practice this. We need to amend or to start this process. Otherwise, the country will be in the chaos. So they will not know where to go, what to do, and they will be doing their own. So again, there will be some problems within the country. So this was a main plan, or it was very important to decide this constituent assembly for the betterment of the country. So to solve this problem, the group elected for constituent assembly, 299 members from different parts of country were elected to form a constituent assembly. The job of constituent assembly was to write constitutions. So a lot of people who were from different scholars who were very intellectual and who studied outside and have known more about the rules and laws, they are being called here, and in the group they are writing the constitution of all each part of the culture, their caste, and everywhere things are different, right? So in every nation, in every station, what is that, states, there are different kinds of culture and background people are staying. So accordingly they are writing their what is that, rules, so that the to follow the these types of constitution, it may be easy for everyone, not for the single, or to force people to do this and that. So constitutions of the collection in which laws, the rights and the duties are written in such a manner that outline of the system and social ideas, values are written in it. So in that way they have written that all the values or all the people come under it, not only because in India we are it's diversity. Okay, a lot of people are different in culture, in their what is that, living way of style, in their languages. So in that way they have to form the constitution. In constituent assembly, different issues were discussed thoroughly, because a lot of problem was going on within India, and we had a lot of rules, and a lot of people are not mingling or not getting together with the other caste or the low caste. So there are a lot of things which is very offensive for the other Indians to live together. So they cannot go, or they cannot separate everyone here and there. So it will be not nice after the independence. So they discuss these problems, a lot of problems, that education problems that we are having, and a lot of things that were going on within that days. So they discussed everything nicely and thoroughly. So this discussion extended for 3 years, just not for 1 or 2 years, but for 3 years. So after the independence, after 3 years, they took to make this constitution, and after finally it was formed after 3 years. So long discussion, long formation to make this constitution behind the people of 299 from different parts of scholars. They have made it to a successful constitution. So now we have get a full compact of constitution. The people who contributed more was Dr. Ambedkar, chairman of Farming Committee, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad, chairman of Constituent Assembly. So these were the people, mostly they were contributed a lot, and they were very intellectual people. So the first point that we see here, the during the struggle of independence at Lahore Conference or Indian National Congress at 26 January 1929 passed the resolution for the total independence. So in 19, the resolution that for the independence from Britishers were passed in 26 January 1929. So to celebrate that independence totally freely, we have made this constitution on 26 January 1950, and we celebrate that constituent was formed as a the constitution that came into force, and we got total independence or Purna Swaraj, so the fully freedom country. The second point is in the constitution, it has been said that before the adhering of constitution within 10 years, so after the constitution was formed, before the 10 years, all the children below the age of 14, they had to get compulsory education, because India, the people, most of them were not educated, and the schools and the forms were not free for them. So everything was under the British control. So after the independence or after the constitution was formed, after the within the 10 years, the education was made compulsory for the children within 14 years. So this was the main focus, that the whole the this was the main focus, to educate whole India, whole people, to get educated and understand the values of constitution. And the India should have a progressive country, because it has everything that was left behind or taken from this British rule. They had to go ahead of that. That's why they have taken these steps. Within the 10 years, all the children should be educated, and it was made compulsory. So why is the government required to be elected representatives? So why do we need to elect representatives? Because it's very important to have a very systematic approach or systematic way to what is that, to run the government. Because it's if somebody takes simply to people who is not educated, or he is not a scholar, or some he doesn't know anything, so it's bad for the government. So they have to elect representatives from the governance to form or to run the government to take the country ahead. So why should men and women be equal rights? So we have known before there was no so much problems differentiating the women and men. So men were considered a higher position, and women were not even taken out from the homes, or they were not allowed to go anywhere. So that was removed in this constitution. In many castes or in many cultures in India, we have like that system were existing before, and a lot of problem the women used to face. So to make everyone same, because we are all equal, only gender is not different, but we are equal in everything. So thinking way we can, women can do equal as, so women can do equal things as a man. So this was removed and it was made equal rights should be given to the women. So why do we celebrate 26th January, so Republic Day? Because the constitution, that the constitution of 1950, which was in force, means which came to an act, and for that we get fully independence, and because of that we celebrate the 26th January. So preambles of Indian Constitution. So what is like a pledge, like short rule or the theme, or we can say the pledge that we have to take to this preamble of Constitution. So what is everything that is in this? What is it in this preamble? Preamble of Indian Constitution. When the people of Indian, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens. So in this line, it is told that India is a very free country now, and it is secularly secular, and it's a lot of culturality, but we are together, and we are in a democratic and republic. We go through ahead in a republic manner, and we all are together now. When we live, we will support everyone in one to live a life, a good life, and to proceed in a successful way. So justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thoughts. So everyone will have justice. Everyone, those who are in problem, they will get justice in socially and economically and political way. So liberty of thoughts. So everyone has right of thoughts and freedom. So express the beliefs. They can believe any faith. They can worship any gods. So everything is free after the constitution was made. Equality of status and opportunities. So everyone, there is no gender based discrimination. So women and men are, everyone are equal now. And to promote this, all this fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individuals and the unity of integrity to the nation. So we should celebrate, or we should promote this dignity of unity to every country, to every nation, that we are living together now. So in this Constitution Assembly, this 26th day of November of 1949, do hereby adopt an act to give ourselves the Constitution. So this was done from the in November 49. So when the Constitution was going to take place in 1950. So this was the preamble of the Indian Constitution before coming to act. So next topic we have, why do we need a constitution? So constitution is very important because when we live in a small or group, we need some rules. Okay, right? So like in the hostel, in the schools, we have a lot of rules there where the people are living in the groups. So one has to be a main authority, like a principal. So under him, everyone comes like that. So to function that, we need rules and one elected person. So how prime minister and president should be elected, and how will it their work. So this was the main discussion in the constituent committee. How the legislative assembly and parliament should work. How will the duties of the ministers as constituted by the constitutional committee. So this was the main focus, and after the constitution was discussed, or after it was made, it was brought into the action. And also it was important that government should not misuse its power. So the main constitution that we were discussing was there should not be a misuse of the power. So the one person who is like a prime minister, he should not misuse, or he should not do his own. So he should uh, go according to the constitution, because the constitution is made for the people, for the betterment of the people, for every nation should work within a better way. So for this, government should act or regulate according to the written constitution. So they have to go through the written constitution, not just what they think that what is right or not. So if a citizen thinks that the right was not fulfilled, so if the government is not fulfilling their rights or they are not giving justice, so they can go to the judiciary, so like courts and all. Few years later, municipality of Indians started removing slums and people staying at footpaths. About 50,000 people were removed. The people residing in these slums took the matter to judiciary court and case was registered. But afterwards, their lawyers gave decisions that until and unless a second option for their living is made, they would not be shifted or removed. The Supreme Court gave the decision that these slums should not be destroyed. If destroyed, they should have to be given another places or residence to stay. So in that way, if some problem comes in people's life, like if the government is not listening or not giving any source of justice, so we can go to the high court, or we can, sorry, into the Supreme Court. So there we have a lot of what is that constitution, they go through the constitution. So through the constitution we can get justice. So everyone here, it is told the example that we get justice from the constitution. If the government is not providing or giving such things, we can approach the judiciary. So this is how our constitution is really democratically functioning, and it was made in a very systematic process, because it took almost 3 years to form this government, and it has no discriminating anything, like a lot of people from different religions, languages, ideas have different faiths of this constitution. So all people are believing in this constitution, and because of that they rely on the constitution, and if the thing is not justified, they go to the judiciary. So the equality is discussed in this constitution, so we all obey the rules and regulations. So it promotes peace and integration. So due to the constitution we get inspiration for building a better society. So same way, when not only in the constitution of India or the this, we should follow every constitution or every rules that we are uh, obliged to follow, like for the schools, for the in the schools we have to follow what the rules are given or how to be behaving. So in that way we start, the first step we start from the schools, from our home. Okay, so in that way we grow in a good citizens. So we hope that we follow the rules, and we proceed in this to help the nations to get a better society. So that was the chapter about our constitution.